I've been getting a lot of my information from a website. It's called dreadlockssite.com. And they have a lot of information about like washing your dreads and a lot, whole lot of information. Hold on, off topic, Bunny. Everybody's got to see him. There he is. James Harvey. Okay. Anyway, continue. So I've been getting a lot of information from them, and I've been getting, other than that website, I have gotten a lot of conflicting information about doing natural, organic, or neglect method dreadlocks. I've read so much as someone to say that the neglect method dreadlocks is how the cavemen did it, and thank God we have more sophisticated methods to dread our hair now. I've heard a lot of people say that they're messy and gross, and we should move on. However, everything that I've read on the dreadlockssite.com has been fantastic, and it's from real people. Most of the information, I'd say 90% of the really useful, good information, you have to dig through the forums to find it. And I love websites like that because it's not just handed to you. You find it, you look at people's conversations, and it's not just, here's your information. It's different people telling about their experiences. Anyway, here's the bunny again. Hi, bunny. Anyway, so, as I was saying, so my dreadlocks are only about 6 days old, mostly just tangled hair, not much. Did I mention my beads?
No.
Okay, I'll mention my beads. I just put 2 beads in today. I made them myself, sort of. I have a wooden bead in and I have a metal bead in. My metal bead was an old earring, one of my, a set of my most favorite earrings, and I lost one, so I just kept the other, didn't know why I kept it. And so now it's serving as a bead. I cut it, bent it, so it serves some purpose for me. Excuse me. And then I also found a wooden button of mine that was elongated, and then I went through the great hassle, terrifying hassle, of drilling through it to create another bead. And so from what I've read is that putting beads in your hair will help the dreading process. So I'm going to see how that works out. I've been really reluctant to do really anything with my hair besides wash it. Not running my fingers through it, which is a habit of mine that I'm breaking now. And so putting the beads in was a really big step. And so 6th day, put in some beads. And hopefully tomorrow when I go visit my mom, I'll be able to put a couple more in as well. And maybe that will help as well. So we'll see. Anyway, so I'll show you guys my tangled hair and or dreadlocks. And it's more for me than for you guys at this point, just so that I can see progress over the next couple weeks. I'll try and post every couple of weeks, depending on if something changes. But it'll probably end up being once a month, because about halfway through the month I'll realize, oh crap, I haven't posted a blog yet. And so I will. Anyway, so here's my dreads, or my tangled hair. Here's one side right here. It's starting to clump a little bit. My hair's really, really wavy and really thick, and so it naturally tangles a lot. And in the past, combing has always been a really big issue for me. Very painful. No matter how much conditioner I've used, it takes me quite a while. And then no matter what I do, I always end up with a handful, like at least a golf ball size of hair that comes out every time I comb my hair. And that's not from like ripping the hair out of my follicles, it's just I shed a lot. And so I'm hoping with just the natural quality of my hair that it will dread really easily as well. So we'll see about that. Anyway, so back to showing you guys, since I'm talking a shit ton, and you guys are probably searching the internet to see progress, not to hear me flap my gums. So, anyway, so here's a couple. this is starting to clump up a little bit, and it's starting to, here we go, it's reversed. So anyway, this piece right here is actually starting to knot up with this piece, so I don't want to disturb any of my awesome knots going on. And then here's the 2 beads that I put in a couple of hours ago, and the sections are about, say, about that big. So I've got a tape measure right here. The sections, I'd say they're about like a 3" by 2" like rectangle that I kind of sectioned off. And unfortunately, I had to separate out some of the tangles in order to get a piece that I wanted, because I wanted them here so I could look at them. But anyway, I haven't been, in the morning, if I have bedhead, I haven't really been looking in the mirror and being like shocked, like, oh god, I have bedhead. I just kind of like smooth my hair down and just go, it's okay, it's a couple more months, it'll be alright. And it's only 6 days in. So anyway, a lot of doubts and lots of thoughts going on. So anyway, this is my other bead that I went through a lot of trouble of drilling, and I'm pretty proud of it. So but actually something happened that I didn't expect when I put the beads on, is that when I put them on, I had to, because the holes, I made the hole specifically so small that I had to force it on, is that as I put it on, I got like this clumping of hair. I don't know if you guys can see that. This clumping of hair up at the top of it. And so now when I try and pull it, it actually tugs on hairs. So I think that's a pretty good thing. And if I feel down here, there's kind of like this lattice work of knots going down it. So maybe the beads really will help. I haven't heard that many great things on the Dreadlock site, or from the moderator of the Dreadlock site, about rubber bands, because it rips your hair. There's problems associated with it. So I'm not even going to bother with it. Just going to not comb my hair, put a couple beads in, maybe separate as I go, just so I don't get like a giant mat of dreads. And this is my metal one right here. And the same thing happened with it, except I coiled it. It's different because I can open it up, which is one of the reasons why I was willing to use this one in the first place, is because it's metal, and worst comes to worst, I can just unwrap it. I don't have to tear my dread in order to take it off. So if I decide I want it thicker or whatever, I can take it off. Anyway, so everybody has their own way of dreading, their own preferred method. That's cool. I'm not saying throughout this whole blog, I'm not saying that any way to dread is the wrong way. The way I'm doing it is the neglect method, and I'm basically only repeating what I'm reading, because that's all I know about it, because I don't have dreads yet. So anyway,